Hi, everybody. I'm back. I did not mean to do this, but there was a lesson that took place the other day, and I had spoken to someone about it. In fact, I had a client meeting with someone, uh, and based on what they were sharing with me, I felt this lesson would be pretty cool for them. And as it turned out, they were really um, blessed and taken by it. So I'm just doing a quick invite and I want to share this lesson with you. I talked about faith and expectation in the past, maybe this week earlier or last week, I don't remember. I'm starting to download all of these Facebook Lives that I can capture. There is something that popped up that allows me to just download like that. Like before, you had to go through a process, and I've been saying I want to download. Faith and expectation. I want to download, but it's going to take a long time because you got to go through this whole process, to do the downloads. And I have done the downloads in the past, but all of a sudden something popped up on my computer. Come on now, somebody say hallelujah. And it was an invitation for me to download to this thing that and it is like, it is so fast, and I've downloaded in HD and SD, and it'll let you know what's available to you. And man, oh man, once I downloaded to this, it goes to this site, but it doesn't house it. I'm then able to save it directly to my cloud. Come on, somebody. So excited about that. And it's just the fact that I've been speaking this thing and saying that I was going to do this. I just needed the time to do it. Now, after each one, I can easily do it. It's done in about 2 minutes. What? I'm just saying. But that's not the lesson. Hey, Gina L. Bell, David, Jeff or Joff. I hope I said that right. James Young. So let me tell you about this quick lesson that something that happened the other day. Had a little snafu. You know how it is sometimes. Things happen with clients, and this was a big one. This had not ever happened to me before, and I'm not going to name any names or anything like that. But it's really, really, the 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 organization is huge. So for whatever, I know what happened, and I know why and how, and it doesn't matter. Bottom line is, money didn't come when it should have been coming. And I made a call and I explained some things, and people, my folk, they love me. They jumped right on it. They made some, they got to the people they needed to get to, what they had to do. Everything got expedited, and it was a need like you don't even want to know. And so I went, I had to go a distance, pick it up, then go a distance, deposit. Here's the thing. When I left my office, I had every expectation that I was going to get that check deposited that night. Now, normally what I do is online, but for this particular type of institution, they don't do that. It has to be, when dealing with the bigger people, some of them, they got to go that way. They don't do unlike the government, direct deposit, that kind of thing. But it's all good. It's all good because I like going to where I go, and the people, are just so cool, and it's a great organization that I do my financial transactions with. So anyway, it's a good ride. I was on with my coach, and he had somebody at a certain time, and I needed to be out by a certain time, and we would both go. It's like I'm like, okay. And usually I'm the one going over. This time I'm like, I got to go. I know how long it's going to take me to get to where I need to go to each of the locations. Let me rephrase that. I hate that term. To arrive at each location. I got in the car. I prayed over me in the car and family, and friends, loved ones, and took off. I prayed I was praying all the way in, okay, and out. So I had a time frame that I was looking for it to arrive. Now, we may have our own time, but it doesn't mean that we're going to arrive at that time. It doesn't mean that what we're looking for is going to come to us and arrive for us in the time that we want it, right? So I'm already knowing this, but it doesn't hurt to be specific. Because one thing I've learned is if you're not specific in your prayers, you're going to get stuff and it's like you miss it because it doesn't look like what you thought it would look like. In fact, I talked to a client recently and said, I know you've had success. There's no way you'd still be here today doing what you're doing if you haven't had success. And they said, I think it's because if I did, it wasn't looking like what I wanted to look like. And so sometimes we need to open up our vision and just be receptive. And then ask for discernment. Is this from you? Is this from me? Hmm, I'm just saying, because I'm hard headed, so I have to. Bottom line, I didn't get to the first location at the time that I thought I would, but no, it was like several minutes after, according to the clock on the car. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get there from here to where I need to make this deposit? Oh boy. And I really wanted to get it in that day. I did not want to have to drive way out where I have to go because, I go where I get my results. So just because you move around doesn't mean you have to change stuff. Just get in the car. Bottom line, I said, you know what? I'm praying over this. I did my prayer. I was specific. I was like, this is where I need to be. I even put a time frame in there. I said, but whatever it is going to be, just know this. I need to get in there and get this thing deposited so I can take care of stuff while I'm out in this neck of the woods, which is several counties away, and, come home loaded, ready to rock and roll. We could eat. Hi, Arlene and Herman Wood and Fatine. Alamuddin Zayad. Oh, you working me now, ain't you? So, and forgive me if I mispronounce anyone's names. Jenna L. Bell, go ahead now. So here's the deal. I'm driving. And I'm telling you, don't look at your clock. Don't look at certain things that we see with our own eyes, our natural eyes, because it will lie to you. And I was checking it for a minute, and then I said, I'm pulling off of this. I am not looking at this clock. I've already prayed over what I wanted as my end result, my intention, the outcome, what I wanted to have happen that evening. And I already have been, as specific as I can be, but I'm also opening the door, and I'm like, Lord, whatever it is, because I also know that if I don't make it in time, then I just got to come back. It's just that simple. So what you going to do? You going to fret? You going to scream? You going to holler? You going to have a fit, a hissy fit, whatever? No. If I don't make it in time, there's a reason for it. I don't need to know the why. I just need to be obedient and come back. I made that decision in the car while I was driving. And I said, I'm not going to keep looking at this clock. Because I got to a certain point, it was like starting to freak me out. Like, oh my gosh. So, and there's a train that goes by that takes a long time. It's like, it's not a passenger train, it's a freight train, and it's a long one. So I'm praying, don't let me get caught by the train. Hey, Arlene Hunt. I was like, Lord, please don't let me get caught by the train. Please don't let me get caught by the train. Because the time, it just would not have that, I wasn't going to make it. I already knew I wasn't going to make it at my time because we'd already passed my time. So the question was I going to make it there and be able to get in? No matter what the time was, I had faith. I had so much faith. I was like, you know what? I'm not looking at this clock, even though it's right there on the dash in front of me, but the steering wheel's in the front of it. I would not look at the clock. I'm just straight out the window, watching everywhere. I'm like, I'm not looking at this clock. I get to this no, it wasn't the last night. It was like the second from the last light, major road. All the cars in front of me get through to make the left turn, and boom, I pull up and the light turns red. I was like, okay, I'm not looking at the clock. I don't know what time it is, but I believe we're going to be after this place closes. Faith and expectation. I expect to get in, and they're going to serve me. I have faith that God, if it's your will, you're going to make it happen for me. Because you know what? I take this stuff off of me. So many of you are carrying stuff around and you thinking you got to do it all, be it all, have it all, make it happen. Sometimes I'm just like, no, I do not have to work that hard to make things happen. I sometimes say to my clients, make it happen. Yeah, and I tell myself, make it happen. There's things we need to do. But I have done everything else that needed to be done. And the most important thing was I took it off of me and I placed it in his hands and said, what your will be done. I'm just sharing lessons. That's it. I don't be quoting Bible unless it came from the word and I share it with you as a picture or something from my Bible app. I don't, because I'm not even going to go into that. Bottom line is, I'm just living the lessons that I have learned over all these years. Finally. Yeah. pulled in, swung into the spot, jumped out the car. As I jump out the car and slam the door, my eye caught the clock. It was like, according to my clock, that's what I'm telling you. Don't depend on what you see with your natural eyes, because mine could have been fast. I don't know, but it said like 4:05. But yet, when I ran to that door, this gentleman had the door. He was holding it open, letting somebody out, and he held it open for me to come in. I was like, "Thank you so much. Thank you very much." I don't know if I don't even think he worked there. I think he was somebody who was leaving himself. I walk in and I hear this lady behind the counter saying, "Oh, it's 4 minutes after 5." But my people, because I don't know her, she didn't know me. They don't see me that often. And I know the people that have been there for years. And she was like, "Stephanie, this, oh my God." Little Indian sister in Christ. She's just so awesome. We always have wonderful conversations. "Where have you been?" And she looked at the lady. She said, "No, it's not. It's 4 minutes to 5." What? Y'all just don't understand. She was so happy to see me. Come on over here. I'm trying to get the thing off so I can get the check, and she just give me that. She rips the stuff off, takes care of everything, and she's doing what she has to do. And she was having some challenges. Hi, Monica Weeks and Missy Gervasini. She's doing everything she needed to do, and it wasn't going through. And she said, "It's not you, it's my computer." I was like, "All right." We just chit-chatting, catching up while she's working this thing. And she said, "I'm going to have to come out of this thing, go back." And I was like, "Go ahead, go do it. You got to go. It's after 5 now, for real." I'm like, "You need to go. Go ahead and log out, log in, and it'll be done." And she did, and it got done. She did, and it got done. I got love from this wonderful young lady. I got served. My expectation was met because I practiced out of faith, and I told myself, and I did what I told myself: don't look at the clock. What you see isn't necessarily what it really is. It's what you don't see because we don't see it with our own eyes. That's percolating, ready to come for you, ready to come to you when you are ready, and it is His will, not ours. I'm just saying. I just wanted to share that lesson with you. Went over a little bit, but it was just so exciting to me, and I got to share it with a client, and he was, pumped by it, and I thought maybe this will help somebody. Just because we don't see it the way we want to see it, think it doesn't look the way we want it to look. Sometimes we need to take our hands off of the steering wheel. Not really, like when you're driving a car, y'all know that, right? Because there's too many people doing crazy stuff out here. But sometimes we just have to allow, when I'm really going, ragtag and just beat up and tired, and there have been times when I couldn't see on the highway because the rain was coming down so hard, and it was like somebody was throwing buckets of water on the windshield, and there was just no clearance whatsoever. And I just had to get to the point where I was like, "Jesus, take the wheel now, please." Well, He did, because I'm still here, right? Just saying. God bless each and every one of you. The light in me bows to and honors the light in you. Namaste. And may you may you serve others with joy, because you understand that joy comes through the little things. It doesn't have to be big. Appreciate and be grateful for the smallest of things. And then you'll see the larger things coming through the veil. It's a pleasure to serve you by sharing these lessons. I hope it's good for you. If you like it, if you want more, if you want me to continue to do this, comment, let me know. If you'd like to know more about me, you already know. Look, just message me, okay? And I'll send you the link to my calendar, and you'll be able to do a quickie with me to find out more about what I do and how I do it in terms of the business side of this, what I'm doing here. And I hope I'm going to see you ladies showing up if you're in Jersey or know somebody in New Jersey, because I've already put all the stuff stuff up and I'm sending it out, and more will be coming out on Candid Conversations for Women Only. They do need to register. There's a very light fee, and you're going to get way more. Believe me, way more than what you are expecting and what you will pay for. I'm telling you, $45 nothing for what that just please. Because I want to bring some stuff. I want to have something for you. And I'm bringing in some powerful ladies, some powerful women, because they're at an age where they're women now. To share with you, and we're gonna do a lot of different little activities so that you have something to take away with you that you can incorporate in your daily life and watch a shift and watch the change take place over time. I know it's changed. Look, I'm not who I was. Well, I am, but I'm better. I hope than last year. And even then the year before, and even then the year before. I mean, it's a continuous process. It never stops working on oneself. And I've been doing this since I was a kid. Hello. Yes. I was coaching kids when I was in elementary school. We didn't call it that then. They just came asking me questions, and I had the audacity to answer, and they listened. What? I was speaking on stages when I was a kid. Elementary school. I was marching in the marching band. I played in the I played an instrument. I played another instrument in the orchestra. I sang in different choirs and whatever. Since I was a kid, I was ballet. Got a scholarship. We don't know how or where. They ain't nothing but God. He's called me out when I was born. We don't know where all this stuff came from. People call, we need your daughter to learn to play the violin so she could be in the orchestra. What? And they give you the violin. The only black in the Nutcracker Suite at Symphony Hall, Newark, New Jersey. Yeah, in the 60s. And that was through a scholarship. We don't know where that came from, where I got the chance to go to that school. And all the other different types of dance. And y'all know, if you know me, you know I still get my dance on today, but it's just different. It's a release. I dance for release. What do you do to release? Ladies, this program we're doing on March 9th is all about release and health and fitness and holistic practices and thought therapy through the Grit Factor. I'm just saying, you need to stop playing. Sign up now. First 5 get a special. They're going to get a gift from me that's valued at $197. The first 5. That's a big sacrifice for me. The first 5. So you need to hurry up and jump on board. The event is on my thing, on my calendar. On my Facebook, and I will put it up in the comments after I finish this live. And so you can just click the link. It goes straight there, and you can read. You can watch the video. The video is already on the Facebook. Come on, y'all. Stop playing. Take a time out for yourself. You're always talking about telling your kids to take a time out. Now's your time to take a time out away from home so you cannot be interrupted and that you can be fully engaged in what we're going to share. Tia Gist and Darmon, Chakra Love Holland are on. They are so on. They have blessed me tremendously from a health perspective, from a mental perspective, from a just release perspective, from a this sister's just loving on your perspective. Come on now. And that's all we want to do for you all. We share with one another, and we just want to share with you. God bless each and every one of y'all. Have a wonderful day. Tomorrow.